The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has suspended its nationwide strike and will resume work on Saturday. The association's national president, Innocent Orji, who confirmed the development to TVC News on Friday, said work will resume 8 a.m. tomorrow. He said the body will review the progress made in 2 weeks. The move is coming days after the doctors suspended their planned nationwide protest to press home their demands. According to the president, the doctors are pushing for 8 things, including the recruitment of more persons to replace doctors who have migrated or those who have passed on. Earlier, the union's executive had met with senators led by Senate President Godswill Akpabio. And to further discuss these developments, I am joined by the General Secretary, National Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Chikezie Kelechi. Good to have you join us. All right, so what precise intervention necessitated the suspension of this strike? Dr. Chikezie, please unmute yourself. We cannot hear you. All right, Dr. Chikezie, I was asking you the precise intervention that necessitated the suspension of this strike.
Am I audible now? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you. You may recall that on Tuesday, the 8th of August, 2023, we had a series of meetings, one at the Villa and one at the National Assembly, led by the President of the Senate himself. The meeting in the Villa, like we had earlier reported, was a very fruitful one, and we had asked the government to at least accede to the 2 most urgent demands that we made out of the 8, while we give government time, to address the other outstanding issues. And the government made some reasonable commitment to resolving those 2 issues, and we have followed up since then. If you recall, we issued a press release some 3 days ago. After that Tuesday, the series of meetings we had with the side of government, the National Executive Council of NARD met, and we discussed the meetings, the outcomes of those meetings, and we agreed to shelve the planned nationwide protests and then to give government some 72 hours above the 24 hours they asked for to address some of the issues we had raised.
And you said government made some commitments. These particular commitments, how are they different from the previous assurances you've gotten?
We are glad to say that to a very reasonable point on those of exit was very important and very crucial. And then we also said that the immediate payment of the medical residency training fund, was also another important demand we were making. Not like the others are not, but these were more like urgent demands, which we felt that if government could address immediately, we would be able to at least assuage our members and give them a reason to step down on the industrial action while we give government some more time. So we have seen that for the payment of the medical residency training fund for 2023, the government has not just approved, but they've gone ahead to cash back that, and the processes have started for the payment. So we have reviewed that situation. We have also looked at the release of the circular, and efforts are being made. We are aware that discussions are ongoing to fast-track the release of that circular as we speak. So the National Executive Council of NARD met again today, and after looking at the issues at hand, and progress made so far, we felt it was time to back down a little and allow government more time to sort out the outstanding issue. So these were the interventions, basically those that people at the villa did, and then that the National Assembly did. Those two major interventions led to the progress that have been made so far and the decision of the NEC to step down on the industrial action. So strike was suspended this evening, and we will review again in 2 weeks and know where we are.
All right, and we're following that development. You've said you've talked about 72 hours, and you've talked about 2 weeks. So what happens in that time frame?
When we issued the press release some 3 days ago, then we gave 72 hours. So the 72 hours.
So the time frame now is 2 weeks. All right. So we'll follow the development in 2 weeks and see how government responds. Thank you so much for talking to us, Secretary General, National Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Chikeze Kelechi.